Hi, and welcome back to this segment of Oxford Empowered. I'm here with Nancy VanderWolf, who is a life coach, and she's been an area resident for many, many, many years, and many of you will have known her or have come in contact with her somewhere along the way. Nancy has worn many hats and has touched many lives, as I say, but right now her role as a life coach is what we're here to talk about today. Welcome to the show, Nancy.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Wonderful. What is it that the people of Oxford County need to know a little bit about you in your new role as a life coach? How did you become this?
Well, my journey began as a preschool teacher, actually, many years ago, and I had my own 4 children. And then I went back to school and became a resource teacher working with preschool children with special needs. And in that job of 10 years, I learned so much about children, but one of the things that they taught me was that they are all unique, they all have their own gifts and strengths, and when you can tap into those strengths, you can teach them and help them to feel better about themselves.
That's such a wonderful place to come from.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more. How did the life coach part come into play?
Okay, well, I was particularly interested in working with children with autism, and I moved into the autism program of Southwestern Ontario in 2001. And first as an instructor therapist and then as a senior therapist. This program was very intensive. The children received 25 to 30 hours a week in their homes, and there was a component of working with the parents as well. So as an instructor therapist, I worked very much hands-on, and then I moved into a position of senior therapist. And this involved, I had the responsibility of all the programming and all the report writing, etc., and working a lot with the parents. And I loved it. I was really in a good place. I was very fulfilling and passionate time in my life. However, as the program grew, and my already heavy workload continued to grow, and so did the expectations. And I found myself becoming, stressed, and my health started to be affected. And ultimately, I burned out. And so 4 years ago, I resigned from the job. And I went through a period of grief because not only had my career come to an abrupt end, but I felt like I no longer had any passion and purpose in life. And then one day I was at a yoga class at Indigo Lounge with a good friend of mine, and we stopped to look at this flyer, and it said, "Become a certified whole life coach." And she looked at me and she said, "Oh, Nancy, you should do this. You'd be good at it." And I was a little skeptical at first, and then I started to think about it. I had a little tug there, and I thought, well, you did coaching in your other job, and you'd be helping people, and that's what you love to do. So I thought, got nothing to lose. So I took the level 1, and there was a spark ignited. And so I quickly signed up for level 2 because my teachers, Marianne DuPont and Inga Hendrickson, they're psychotherapists that developed this course. They're both from Denmark. So they were just here for a short time period. After I completed the level 2, I just started practicing like crazy. Any friends, family, anybody who wanted to come and have a free coaching session. And it was a lot of fun. About a year and a half after the level 2, I was able to complete level 3 and 4 when my teachers returned to Canada. And then I was feeling really excited and pumped and ready to go. And it wasn't until just about a year ago that Kelly Spencer contacted me and said, "I have an opening coming up at Indigo Lounge for a life coach. Would you be interested?" And I was like, yes, very interested. So it was an exciting time. I was making my business cards and my brochures, and it was at that time that things became very clear to me as far as my vision and mission for my business and my business name. My vision in life is that through individual healing, we all shine our light out to the world, bringing forth healing, love, and peace.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And so my mission in that is through my life coaching, I can humbly support and guide you in shining your light and living authentically. So therefore, the Shine Your Light became my business name. And along with that, I use a symbol or a logo. Sunsets, I'm very passionate about sunsets. And I've used this picture that has a lot of meaning for me.
It's beautiful.
My husband and I, when we celebrated our 25th anniversary, we went to Hawaii. And we were on the big island of Hawaii. And we decided to drive up we rented a Jeep and drove up the top of this very high mountain. In fact, we had to drive through the clouds to get up there to get this picture of the sunset. So very special to me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's beautiful, and what a beautiful logo to have, and shining your light. So your whole business now is about helping people to shine the light on their passions, their purpose, empowering them to find the inner spark within themselves, just as you have found yours, right?
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know that recently you had your very first workshop, and it was a resounding success. And in there, it was very important for each of the participants to find out what logo or what representation or avatar represented their passion in their life. And I found that very fascinating, to use little items such as a flower or a toy, car, whatever it is, and finding what that resonates with them. I know that you shared some very key points in your workshop about helping people to find their passion. Could you maybe share a few of those?
Well, in my passion workshop, I address some of the reasons why we're not feeling the passion in our life that we'd maybe like to be feeling. And then I offer some steps, 10 steps actually, ways to kind of explore and tap into that passion that we already have. The first thing is just having a willingness to change. Sometimes it means doing something different in our life than if we're doing the same thing over and over again and nothing changes, then we're not going to feel the passion. So having that willingness to change, do something different, and it might be just as simple as clearing away some clutter or starting to meditate or journal. But it's being open and embracing what the universe has to offer you and what changes come up in your life. Some of the other things that I talk about, some of the other steps are taking the time for yourself, because we get so busy with what's going on in our lives that we just don't take the time to do the things that we enjoy to do. And with that comes balance, having some balance in our life. And also having the desire, honoring and respecting our desires and gifts that we have. So it brings us to that point of being more authentic, just being true to ourselves and doing what we really love to do. It also takes a lot of courage to step out of our comfort zone. So I offer some strategies to build confidence so that people are able to take those steps towards their passion.
That's wonderful, because, sometimes we get into our rut or doing the same thing over and over and over. And isn't it Einstein that said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome?
Exactly, yes.
Right. So I think it's really important for people to consider that if they are feeling stuck in their lives, if things are just not moving forward with the same amount of passion and drive that used to be part of their life, that even if they are experiencing a new time in their life and don't know how to manage it, could be, empty nest syndrome. It could be changing career, whether it was because they wanted to or it was enforced on them or whatever else. And if they're feeling a little unsettled, this is where you can come into play with helping them, right?
So life coaching isn't therapy or counseling. It's looking at the here and now and what you want in the future. So during a coaching session, the client sort of leads the way, and then I will ask questions and listen, and then I offer tools and strategies to help the person actually find their own answers for their own goals and their own strategies and resources, because we're all the experts on living our own life. We hold all the answers within us at a subconscious level. So my role is just to help you to become more open to hearing those answers.
That's beautiful, because it is true. We have our own core values. We have our own mission statement within our heart. We have a purpose. And some people, really struggle with that and think that because I don't know what my purpose is, that there must be something wrong with me.
Right.
And they'll go and maybe think they've got anxiety or some kind of medical situation, when really it is more about coaching strategies.
Yes.
It's a wonderful first line of defense in terms of your own mental stability, and just to ground yourself and know that you are valuable.
You could reach me with my telephone number, 519-319-8553.
Wonderful. Nancy, I have to thank you for being a guest on Oxford Empowered, and I just want to let you know that if you have any issues or any questions with wanting to connect with Nancy, please feel free to do so. I think she'll shine your light in a brighter and new empowering way. So for Oxford Empowered, thank you for being with us again, and remember, you are loved and you are loved. You are blessed and you are a blessing.